SmashMouth Footballerz. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And the Shadow Hack.
And guys, guess what? Got an exciting weekend coming up. Week number 2. But before we start, I'd like to start with, we're going to do a little giveaway.
I love giveaways.
Free stuff.
Giveaway year. That's right, guys. We got right here, Kyren Williams. Signed and authenticated jersey.
Yep.
By Beckett. We're going to give this jersey away. You've seen it in our frames before, right here. We've had that one sitting right there in a couple of our episodes. We're going to give this jersey away to one lucky winner.
Yeah, Kyren Williams was my pick for running back of the week coming up.
So if you like and comment on one of the 2 videos we have going into this weekend, we're going to do a random pick of one of those individuals, and we're going to get you that signed jersey.
Hey, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. It
No,
helps us out a lot.
Yeah, we got merch. We always got merch, and we're going to have more free stuff given away as the further we get along. So please like, subscribe, continue to watch, and we take constructive criticism. We need it to get better. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Constructive criticism, that's better.
Yep.
All right. So also, if you have anything you want to lead us into, maybe you want us to talk about some things, you can reach out to us at smashmouth1footballers@gmail.com.
That's us, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Game of the week. Oh,
Yeah,
I want to start.
So we're not going to go over every single game. Some of these games, you play who you got. It's only week 2. Don't panic yet. Don't do anything rash. But there are some players that you need to be looking at because of injuries, because of matchups, because of defenses. Just a few things have changed for week 2. So let's just go over the games we think are important.
This is the most fantasy relevant among other games, I think, this week. It's going to be Chargers Raiders. Yeah, it's the Monday night game. You're going to see the Chargers on the mini bye because they played the early game last week. It was a Friday night, and then they had to wait all the way to Monday to play. The spread is minus 3.5 for the Chargers, and the total over-under is 47. And look, just a couple betting threads for you. The Chargers are 4-1 against the spread in the past 5 games. The over 6-0 in the Chargers' last 6 games. I'd take that bet immediately. They're 6-3 against the spread in the last 9 games against the Raiders. The Chargers are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 road games. The under is 6-1 in the Raiders' last 7 games. And the Raiders are 12-5-1 against the spread in the last 18 games played on Monday night. So if that didn't tell you the way to bet, then I do not know what else to say. We got some injuries we need to worry about, too. On the Chargers side, Denzel Perryman, the great linebacker, is questionable. Eric Rodgers, he's on IR, so we're going to their depth a little bit in the secondary. And Raiders, the big thing we're worried about and keep our eye on is Mr. Brock Bowers with a knee. He's questionable. It's a Monday night game. If you want to leave that to chance, that's up to you. I think that I probably go into Sunday with somebody else because you don't want to be a Monday night game. Hey, this is my tight end, and then he didn't play. So the reason why I love this game is because I picked this week, my weekly quarterback to watch was Justin Herbert. And look, the guy has always been great. He's not turned the ball over that often, but look, last week against the Chiefs defense, 73.5% of his passes were complete, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he rushed for 32 yards. And I think that continues this week against the Raiders. Other key matchups I like these wide receivers against this Raiders secondary. Give me all Lad McConkey. Everybody should be going on the waiver wire to pick up Quentin Johnson because I think he's trending into being a thing. I think he's trending.
Fantastic.
He looked amazing. Keenan Allen got them out the same targets as Quentin Johnson did, and he didn't see the field 63% of the time. So they're throwing the ball. This is not just, hey, Jim Harbaugh, we're running the ball, Marion Hampton, Najee Harris. No, we are throwing the ball over the yard, and I think this looks to continue for the Raiders. And for the Raiders side, listen, quietly, my boy Geno Smith had over 300 yards last week.
Geno Smith is a great quarterback as far as not letting the game get out of hand.
Yeah.
He's a game manager to a second level.
Yeah. We saw Ashton Janty. He rushed a little bit in that game. Like he looked like a rookie playing his first game. He was amped up for it and everything. I think he settles down to get the Chargers. It's something to keep an eye on because if Perryman doesn't play, there's going to be a hole in the middle of that linebacking core. And Genty may get his spots. I have Ashton Genty outside my top 10 running backs this week. Now saying that, I think he gets involved, but I cannot ignore the fact that Trey Tucker scored a touchdown last week. I don't play him or anything, but I keep an eye on that. And it looks like the Raiders, I'm not putting any stock on their wide receivers yet, but I'm keeping an eye on both of them. Because if Geno's throwing for 318, 315 yards, if Geno's throwing for 275, he's throwing it somebody.
Catching something.
Jacoby Myers had a brilliant game last week, and so did Bowers before he went out with that little bit of injury. Yeah. So
I think Jacoby Myers takes the Bowers targets.
Yeah, if he does, just plug and play Jacoby Myers. It's a Monday night game. You got to be careful, okay? Mm-hmm. But I would buy a little, especially deeper leagues, 3 deep leagues, or if you want to put Jacoby Myers in your flex, I don't mind it at all, especially the week he had. And look, let's say Herbert does come out like I think he is, and he throws the ball over the yard. Geno's going to have to do the same. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of fantasy points come out of this. I've been told you against the spread. I know how I'm betting. You take it how you will. And this is my game of the week.
What you got, Nick?
I'm going with Jaguars, Bengals. And I'm going to tell you why. Defense is terrible for both these teams. But their offense looks amazing. And Jaguars, Vegas is saying 48.5. That's letting you know that Vegas thinks this game is going to score pretty high. So for fantasy value, that's what you want, right? Yeah. You want a game in which all the players are getting a lot of love, and that's what I see right here. You're looking at Joe Burrow. Come on, man. This guy throws to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. You got Chase Brown, right? And Chase Brown is that guy that they pass to right over as a check down most of the time, and he gets most of his yards just that way. So, hey, look, Joe Burrow's throwing the ball. Boom. You're looking at PPR value. Everything is there. The weather looks great to 80 degrees going in tomorrow or into Sunday. You got to love that. That means it's going to be great football weather. They're looking at Cincinnati giving up 3.5, which means it looks like this is going to be a really, really close game. Kind of like what Chad has said before, that this is going to be a shootout. And I think this game goes over, to be honest with you. Travis Etienne, going with Jacksonville side, reinvented himself last week. He had, give me 1 second, get back to this stuff. Travis Etienne got 16 carries for 143 yards. That was an average of 8.9 yards per carry. I think he gets a touchdown in this game. Yep. Travis Etienne should be in your fantasy plug-in value for either at least a flex, if not more than that. If he shows out this week right here, he's the old Travis Etienne. I think maybe the new coaching staff.
William Cohen. Come from Tampa Bay to hear you.
Oh man!
They've brought this team into a new light, hopefully invigorating. We got Brenton Strange. He came in live. He had 4 receptions for 59 yards.
My tight end of the week.
Yep, tight end of the week, guys. Travis Hunter, he got 6 catches. That's some decent value, especially first game of the season.
He'll have a touchdown this game.
You think he'll have a touchdown? And of course, we can't knock our boy Brian Thomas Jr.
Never.
So. The weapons are there. The fantasy value is there. Jacksonville is playing against probably one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Who's worse, Carolina?
And Bengals.
They're a 1A and 1B.
Yeah, it's not looking good. So right now, Trevor Lawrence has an opportunity to score. So on the other side, Joe Burrow, last week he struggled against the Browns defense. But this is opportunity. Joe always comes back. Joe always, steps up. He's just the man.
Thanks, guys.
And then let's talk about Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was sweet of you to say that. Thank you.
But Joe Burrow, he got a touchdown last week, 113 yards, 23 attempts, 14 completions. And then Chase Brown, he ran 21 times for 43 yards and a touchdown. I think going against this, of course, the Browns have a way better defense than Jacksonville does. So I think Chase Brown becomes a better value this week. T. Higgins, he got 3 receptions last week. Noah Fant got 4. Jamar Chase only got 2. Jamar Chase, guys, this week is his week. He's going to ball out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets 2 touchdowns this week.
Okay.
I think he's making up for last week. He's like, look, Joe, we got to get this on, that connection. And by the end of the day, I still think the Bengals win this one. 1, they're at home, and 2, of course, it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'd say to be a shootout. I think his points are going to be flying everywhere. I like both defenses struggle. It's the reason why we play fantasy football. You drafted these guys, but Cleveland's defense is far superior to Jacksonville's. This is why you have faith in all those guys. Myles Garrett and all of them guys look, Jacksonville can't hold a candle to them. I know Joe Burrow had only 3 yards in 3 quarters, but listen, that's going to be everything's going to be busting this game. I take the over. I take all the fantasy players I can. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
That's it.
Okay, my game, guys. My thing keeps spinning here. Can someone pull up the betting trends on Buccaneers and Texans? So we still believe in C.J. Stroud. We think he's a great quarterback. His weapons are limited. Joe Mixon. Nico's really the only receiver they got. Tight end, nothing really to speak of. So he's going to have to throw the ball all over the place. And he's going to have to get outside of his comfort zone, which he's not known as a running quarterback. He can run, but he's going to have to run a little bit in this game. But where I'm looking at for relevance in fantasy football is this guy named Baker Mayfield. He threw 3 touchdowns against a good Falcons defense. Only 167 yards. You know what that's telling me? They were running and he was throwing for touchdowns. They ran the ball over the field, and he was only worried about throwing for the touchdowns.
Yeah.
So your spread, Joe, Houston giving up 2.5, over under 42.5.
I'll take the over on that. And I take the over because I think that the Buccaneers will be in the 30s on this game. So Baker Mayfield, if you have him as your quarterback, you're gonna win most weeks because this guy is showing that nothing changed from last year. He's even running the ball more. He ran the ball 5 times for 39 yards. But the secret weapon is the guy I tried to get that you hawked from me, Emeka Egbuka. He could have 2 touchdowns again this week.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy could be that guy.
Yeah, and this is look, at one point last year, Chris Godwin was a number 1. He was the number 1 fantasy wide receiver, and look, he's hurt, and Egbuka stepped in, and what did he do? Score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to make trade bait out of
Godwin. Yeah, but you can't ignore those. You can't ignore what's happening over there. I am playing Egbuka all day, every day, wherever I can.
Yeah,
and even against this deep. I mean, Houston, let's not look, that secondary is brilliant. I mean, that secondary is genius. But look, Baker's got magic. There's some magic with this dude.
It's energy, buddy.
Yeah.
That boy loves football.
he just wants to win.
And
when a lot of the people are playing it as a business, I got my pinky toe was hurt a little bit. I'm going to have to sit out for 4 games. This guy's playing because he loves the game.
listen,
Half his leg is falling off, and he's still running down the field.
Yeah, so
they should have never won that game against Atlanta. Young Ho Koo, whatever his name is, he missed the field goal, and it's magic. I don't know what is in his fingers, but he's got David Copperfield out there, man, and I love it. And I don't have any faith. You brought that up. You brought up the spread. I'm taking Tampa Bay plus 2.5. I mean, they're 3-1 against the spread last year and 5-3 against the spread as the away team, right?
Right.
So that gives me statistically all I want to know about this game. C.J. Stroud is pressured 41% of times he is passing. He has got people in his face 40% of the time.
Unfortunately, the Buccaneers do not have a great defense. It's middle of the road. So Jaden Higgins might be in play. If you have him, fire him up.
I don't do it yet.
Nico's your guy, but he didn't do a whole lot. Caught the ball 3 times for 25 yards. They couldn't get anything started.
They couldn't. CJ couldn't. He was under duress every time he
was playing against a terrific defensive front.
Yeah, and Kalijah Cansey, and then listen, the Buccaneers do got two edge rushers. Kalijah Cansey is good. They got a couple of edge rushers. I know that, that linebacker core is a little older, and the secondary is average. But they got 2 edge rushers, and CJ Stroud, is pressured. Every time he goes back, over 40% of the time, somebody's in his face.
I am so worried they're going to ruin this guy's career, man.
Man, what
are they doing over there? When they should have been spending all their picks on shoring up that offensive line, they go and get 2 wide receivers. I don't understand it. Hopefully Nick Chubb can keep this thing halfway decent. I'm not worried about it going under because Buccaneers play kind of like Detroit did last year. They could be winning by 30 points. They're not going to take their foot off the gas.
No.
So that's my game, guys.
Awesome, Matt.
And Jaden Higgins, I mean, he got 3 targets last week, got 2 catches, 32 yards. He had a 16-point. He was the highest averaged wide receiver last week. Houston would be a fool not to keep him going into the game.
Yeah, you got to be a little worried if you got Nico Collins right now. You got to be a little worried. I don't have him.
You got to be worried in real life if your name's CJ Stroud because you may get killed out there.
You ain't lying, man. Look at this dude was sacked so many times last year and doesn't look like anything has changed.
No. I feel bad for that Texans. I'll just feel bad for CJ Stroud. My heart goes with him. I love you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, CJ Stroud to me could easily be he could on the right team he could be a top 5 quarterback. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, those are our picks of this week, man.
That's the games of the weekend.
That's it.
All right.
Well, until next time, I'm Big T.
Joe Caldera.
Doug Cadillac.
We're out.
I'm champion. This ain't no regular thing. I came from
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.